Hello, everyone. Summer is in full swing and it is hot, at least in Florida, where I am. I'm sure I'm not alone in experiencing extremely hot weather these days because I bet that many of us gathered today here are living in areas with some extreme heat alerts. So I hope you are all staying safe. In fact, the US National Weather Services has stated that more than 100 million people across the country are under heat alerts. That is one third of the country's population. Many regions across the United States, including the cooler northern parts, are seeing temperatures soar well above 90 or 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius. Delhi, India's capital, is enduring maximum temperatures as high as 38 degrees Celsius, which authorities translate to a real field temperature of around 50 degrees Celsius. And in Spain, more than 80 people died from heat related illnesses last week alone. So we're all talking about extreme heat and we're feeling it. It is not comfortable. But what exactly is it and how does it affect us? The Center for Disease Control and Prevention defines extreme heat as weather that is much hotter or more humid than average for a particular time and region. Note that the definition includes a particular time and region. In other words, extreme heat is a relative concept, as some regions are more used to high heat than others, and temperatures tend to fluctuate throughout the year. For example, 35 degrees Celsius in Boston is unprecedented, but not unusual in Houston. I should also stress that humidity plays as important a role as temperature does. I experienced this firsthand this summer when I was hopping between Florida and Arizona in the United States. For instance, 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 Celsius was pretty miserable in Florida because humidity there hovers around 80% in the summer. The same temperature in Arizona, however, feels much more bearable because its average humidity is a mere 30%. So, although the sun is brutal in the desert, you could stay cool under shades without an air conditioner sometimes. But no matter where you are, the human body can only handle so much heat and humidity. So, how hot is too hot? The National Weather Services advises us against doing strenuous outdoor activities when what they call the wet bulb globe temperature exceeds 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius. The wet bulb globe temperature is a measurement that factors in not only temperature and humidity, but also sun radiation, wind speed, and cloud cover. So once the wet bulb globe temperature reaches 9 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius, you are advised against staying outdoors for more than 15 minutes at a time. Otherwise, you are putting yourself at risk of heat related illnesses such as heat strokes, sunstrokes, and even heart attacks, and sunburns, obviously. So, what should we do to protect ourselves from excessive heat? I think we know what to do. Follow weather forecasts closely and plan your activities accordingly. Avoid spending time outdoors when heat levels rise. Make sure your building is adequately equipped, be it ventilation or air conditioning or shades. But if you must be outdoors, use sun protection such as sunscreen and hats and long sleeve shirts, and always drink plenty of water. Alcohol doesn't count in case it wasn't clear. Also, when you are traveling, never assume that you know what the weather there is like because you might not be familiar with the new place and you might be surprised. Before we wrap up, I thought about going over the technical details of measuring wet bulb globe temperatures, but it got a little too technical, so you may look it up on your own time. But to put it simply, the name comes from the three bulbs, the physical bulbs or globes that they use to measure different variables such as temperature, humidity, sunlight, and cloud cover. Anyway, the bottom line for today is stay cool and stay safe this summer.